All right, let's just get right to it. There's a gap in your life. You know it. It's that space between the person you say you want to be and the person your actions prove you are, day in and day out. You feel it. It's that frustration, it's the excuses, it's that nagging feeling that you're falling short. We're going to talk about the one thing that closes that gap. And it's not motivation, it's not inspiration, it's something much colder and a hell of a lot more honest.
You say you want it. You say you want to get in shape, finish that project, learn that skill, build that thing. You say the words. And hey, maybe you even believe them when you say them. But just take a hard look at the last 24 hours, the last week. Do your actions actually line up with those words, or do they tell a completely different story? This is the battle, right? Your words create a nice little illusion, but your actions, they will always, always reveal the truth.
And to avoid the discomfort of that truth, we do something very human. We tell ourselves a lie. We build this comfortable story to justify why we're not doing the work, and it makes that gap feel just a little bit smaller. But the most dangerous part? We actually start to believe it.
Sound familiar? I'm trying. I'll get to it tomorrow. I'm just not in the right mood. Or my favorite, I'm working on it. These phrases, they sound like progress, don't they? But they're not. They are the language of inaction. They're just these little emotional shields we use to feel better in the moment while making damn sure we stay exactly where we are. And this right here is the fundamental principle you just have to accept. Your bank account doesn't give a damn about your intention to save money. Your body doesn't care about your desire to be healthy. The world does not reward you for your thoughts. It only, and I mean only, responds to what you do. Your actions are the only real data. Everything else is just noise. So, why do we fail to act? Well, most of us, we blame it on a lack of motivation. We're always chasing that lightning strike of inspiration, thinking, okay, this is it. Now I'm going to change. But we're relying on the single most unreliable tool we have, a feeling. You have to understand motivation is an emotion. It's just like happiness or sadness. It's temporary. It's that friend who's a blast at a party, but completely flakes on you when you actually need their help to move a couch. Yeah, it's a great visitor, but you can't trust it to pay the rent. Trying to build your life on motivation is like trying to cross the ocean on a pool float. It feels pretty good for a little while, but it is absolutely never going to get you where you need to go. And just think about it for a second. Do you really believe the greatest athletes, the greatest artists, the most successful entrepreneurs wake up every single morning just bursting with excitement to do the hard, boring, repetitive work? No way. They feel tired. They feel discouraged. They feel doubt, just like you. But they show up anyway. Why? Because their progress isn't built on the shifting sands of emotion. It's built on a foundation of solid rock. And that rock, that foundation, that is discipline. This is where we separate the amateurs from the pros. You see, the amateur waits until they feel good. The professional builds a system that works regardless of how they feel. Discipline isn't a feeling. It's a choice. It's a structure. It is mechanical. This comparison really says it all. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a system. Motivation is the spark that might start a fire, sure, but it burns out fast. Discipline is the act of consistently adding logs to that fire, day in, day out, especially when it's cold. Motivation is like a turbo boost in a car, a fun, temporary burst of power. But discipline is the engine. It's the steady, reliable force that gets you all the way across the country, mile after grueling mile. Now let's be crystal clear about what discipline really is. It is not about gritting your teeth and white-knuckling your way through the day with pure willpower. It's about building a system. It's about deciding on Tuesday that on Wednesday at 6 a.m. you are going to the gym, period. So when that alarm goes off and your bed feels like a magnetic trap, there's no debate. There's no negotiation with your feelings. The decision was already made. All that's left is to execute. And here is the secret that most people get completely backward. We wait to feel motivated so that we can act. But the pros? They act first, and that action is what creates the feeling of motivation. You drag yourself to the gym feeling awful, but after you finish the workout, suddenly you feel incredible and you're motivated for the next one. Action comes first. The act of showing up is what builds momentum. So, if discipline is the engine, what does its output actually look like? Well, here's the tough part. Often, it looks like nothing for a very, very long time. True, meaningful work is almost always silent and invisible, happening long before anyone sees any results.
Think about the story of the Chinese bamboo tree. You plant a seed. For the first year, you water it and you fertilize it every single day, and nothing happens. The second year, you do the exact same thing. Still nothing. The third year, the fourth year, you still have absolutely nothing to show for 4 years of daily disciplined effort. Now, most people would have quit, right? But then, in the fifth year, something that looks like a miracle happens. In just 6 weeks, the tree explodes out of the ground and grows 80 feet tall. So, let me ask you, did the tree grow in 6 weeks, or did it take 5 years? The answer is obvious, isn't it? It took 5 years. For 4 straight years, all of the critical work was happening underground, where no one could see it. The tree was building a massive, complex root system strong enough to support the insane growth that was coming. Without that silent, unseen foundation, that tree would have snapped in half. And this is what's happening in your life right now. When you're putting in the work day after day and you don't see the results you want, you are not failing. You are building your roots. You are underground. You are in your foundation time. Every hour you spend practicing or studying or training when no one is watching, that's just another root spreading into the ground, preparing you for your own explosive growth. It's just like the baker who shows up at 4 a.m. every single morning. People walk by at 8 a.m. and they see the beautiful, perfect bread in the window, but they don't see the 4 hours of silent, repetitive, disciplined work that happened in the dark. The final product is just the evidence of a process that nobody else ever gets to witness. Your results will be the evidence of the roots you built in silence. So let's just have a moment of brutal honesty here. A little vibe check. If you are not where you want to be in life, the problem isn't that you don't want it enough. You don't lack desire. You lack discipline. Let's be real. You're not confused about what to do. You're avoiding the discomfort of actually doing it. You don't need more information. You don't need a better plan. You need more action. So how do you fix this? You stop trusting your feelings and you start building a system for truth. Number 1, lock your destination. Get fit is a wish. Go to the gym 3 times a week and lose 10 pounds by June 1st is a destination. Number 2, build a schedule. Put those gym sessions in your calendar like they're a doctor's appointment. They're non-negotiable. 3, execute, especially when you don't want to. Anyone can work when they feel motivated. Showing up on the bad days is what forges character. And finally, number 4, track your actions, not your feelings. The only question that matters at the end of the day is, did I do the thing? Yes or no? That is the only data that counts. And this is the choice it all comes down to, because both paths involve pain. Discipline is the pain of sacrifice, of effort, of saying no to what you want right now. But regret is a pain too. It's the pain of looking back years from now and knowing you had it in you, but you just wasted it. You have to choose one pain or the other. Discipline hurts for a little while. Regret hurts forever. So think of yourself like a system. The input can be anything you want. You can input positive thoughts, you can input grand intentions, inspiring words, all day long. But the reality of that system is only measured by its output. And your output is your actions, your consistency, and your results. That's the only thing that's real. The world doesn't care what you put in, it only sees what you produce. And so we end right where we started. I want you to look at your life right now, with no illusions, no excuses. Just look at the cold, hard data from the last 24 hours. Not what you planned to do, not what you hoped to do, but what you actually did. Be honest with yourself. What truth did your actions reveal about what you truly value and who you are truly committed to becoming? That answer, that is where your real work begins.